Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this and quite possibly in two different fashions. So we're just going to take a rectangle. I'll hold down the control button and I'm going to hit P. And then I'm going to take a 2-point line and I'm just going to, you want to make sure you go from border to border. Sporadically put lines in no particular order. You just want some of them big enough. You don't want real little ones. You can always take your shape tool and go like that to make that one bigger. You could move that there to make that one bigger. You could actually move this one. Whoop. Whenever you double click on a line, Corel does that. So there we go. Now I'm going to do it two different ways. I'm going to make a duplicate of that. I'm going to move it over. I am going to take all these lines and I'm going to make them thicker. And then I'm going to go to object and I'm going to convert them to an outline. And when I do that, I'm going to use blue on a smart fill tool and fill it in with blue. And I'm going to fill that in. And because I made those lines thicker and, well, you know what I'm also going to do before I do that? I'm going to group this together because I like to get rid of the lines. So go back to the smart fill tool, just fill all these in. That one's pretty little, but it'll work. And your artistic ability will show up. Now I'm going to take these lines and I can move them out of the way, and I have that. Now I'm going to left click, right click, and I've got these. Now you see I've got 16 objects. If we go to windows and dockers and corners, it does it almost automatically. It turned all of them into an intersection or rounded corners. Now we can take this and we could actually make it all blue. And I don't like that right there, but it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to select it all. I'm going to hold down the shift key and I'm going to double click on the rectangle tool. And then I'm going to make that rectangle black. I'm going to go to object, order, back a page. It's still selected, so I don't have to select it. I can get the interactive fill tool. And that would be pretty cool in itself, but if you get elliptical, and then you can make your elliptical bigger and have some of the parts kind of shiny. So there's one way to do it. That's pretty cool. If we take this out of the way and we move this back, and I'm going to group it together. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the smart fill tool, and because I've got it grouped together, I can, so the other way is probably the faster way, but this is maybe a little bit more control. We're going to contour these blocks. So now I can get rid of my lines. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm just going to nudge them out of the way. And I'm going to left click, right click. And I need to go to object and group them. And then I'm going to go to effects and contour. I've already got it open. Whoop, I closed it. And I'm going to contour the inside just like 0.3. And what that did, that gave us smaller blocks. Now I can go up here and go to object, break the contour apart, and move these out of the way. Now the only difference now, it's a group and the corners aren't available. So I'm going to go to group and ungroup it. And you can see that now. Well, okay, I've got to go to object and convert them to curves. And now that doesn't make any sense that it doesn't show up. So it's grayed out. It won't let me round the corners. Oh, maybe I didn't turn them into a curve. Convert to curves. Maybe I have to do that individually. See, when I do that, this appears, and I can round them off. I don't know. You know what? Let me do this. Let me group it together for a second. Let me go up to object and convert them to a curve. See, that's highlighted off, so I go to group and ungroup. Now I can hit apply, but what I think I can do is hold down the shift key and select all these. It's a little bit difficult to make sure you get them all, but if you forget one, you can always go back and do it. And then hit apply and it rounded off those corners. One or more of the edges are too short, but it's fine. So that's just another way. Let's make these blue. Let's take away the outline. See, my lines are a little thicker now. I'm going to select it all. I'm going to hold down the shift key, double click on the rectangle. That put a rectangle around it. I'm going to turn that black. I've got to go to object, order, back a page, and then we're going to do the same thing. It's selected. As long as you don't deselect it, we can use that. And that looks pretty cool within itself, but I'm going to use the elliptical and give it a little bit of shine. It's almost like somebody's shining a flashlight in a way. Now I'm going to take away that red outline that I can see, and you get that right there. When I click off of it, those white dots will go away. So just two different ways to do something. Pretty cool effect. Your artistic ability will come out. I don't have any. That's probably my best one right there. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.